Today we are going to invent communism before it exists. Then we are going to become millionaires, but that's after I do a little bit of research. Thanks to the developers for giving me a key. I apologize for what I'm about to do to your game. After the Great Freeze Plague, we are looking for new land to settle on after all civilization has been erased. There is the resource-rich jungle, the beautiful mountains, the useful and open greenlands, and then there's the desolate desert. Of course, we will be settling in the desert despite the very hard warning because we are looking to make as many greenbacks as soon as we can. And to quickly get rich, we need the biome bonus for 0% trading fees on gems and gemstone deposits, both of which are exclusive to the desert. The only food we are starting with are oranges, like this is halftime at an American Pee-wee football game, and I anticipate these won't last very long. Update, they did not last long. Moving on, this is why we wanted gemstones. They are one of the highest value exports in the game, especially with no trading fees. I would love to feed my people, but at the same time we need wood. And what is the luck? We have a fantastic food option that has just presented itself: cannibalism. The glaring issue with this method is that our population is now cut in half, our people are running out of food, and alright, we may have a couple more days. Cannibalism is no longer cool or hip, so I have removed this from our society. To wean people off, we have now officially begun pig farming and fruit gathering. Our pigs are providing us with enough meat to feed everyone, and our Utopia is coasting. And finally, the gemstones paid off. We are now able to buy a water province just in time for us to enter the Middle Age, which gives us even more bonuses. After upgrading our mines more, they've increased production by a lot, and using the new trade port, we can export these gems even faster to get even more of that sweet money. The people may or may not like me, but that will all change once we get this coffee growing, and also once this order of 200 meat comes through. I've only just realized that I've completely ignored the food medicine tree, so our human rights are currently in the Dark Ages while our industry is nearly in the Enlightenment Age. That one's on me. I can make it up to everyone though. After selling all these gems, we can acquire more land, and we are going to specifically buy this land because of all these feel funny leaves. I'm in a really good mood for some reason, so medicine for everyone. And while we're at it, have some more gemstone mines, since about 80% of our economy hinges on these useless shiny rocks. Speaking of which, let's get some more land to grow on, except I promise this food is going to be for the people and not for my ever-growing money stockpile. After researching potato seeds, you already know what's next. And to ensure all of my lovely citizens get what they are entitled to, we are implementing new mini-marts nationwide. Since I did not play the tutorial, we have only just acquired trading companies. Trading companies automatically export or import items, so you don't have to, which I've been slacking on, as you can see by the large stack of gems we have on us right now. After a little bit of time, our production is still greatly outpacing our exporting. I'm going to increase the number of trading companies exporting our gems even more. Wow, it is not a good time to be an old person with a name that starts with D. And hang on, the Conquer Province ability, which unlocks province conquering, who would have guessed? I'll take it. By the way, we're currently at a standstill in the upgrade tree until we get 30 homes to level 4, which happens by providing luxuries to our people. However, our society is all about everyone having equal means and equal results, so no one will have level 4 until everyone can have level 4, and that costs a lot of money. I'm kinda tired of buying food all the time, so I think we will automate that through a trading company too. Quickly moving on, we're going to make a vassal out of this other civilization just to see what happens. I basically get to pay all of their bills now in exchange for 31 coin in income. I mean, I guess we could use it. Speaking of which, it's time for more gemstone mines. Production of tailors and candle makers will now begin as well, not for the enjoyment of our citizens, of course, but rather because this communist utopia doesn't exactly run on the unenthused attitude of all of our citizens, which we have 542 of. Never mind, we probably have more like 520 after a mass wave of old age came over our town. I want to be in the Enlightenment era now, but I don't feel like making all the luxuries myself, so instead I'm now going to inject mass amounts of tulips and beer into our economy. Also some pottery. This continued for the next year as I kept spamming basic luxury items into my economy to get 40 homes to level 4. After successfully entering the Enlightenment era, we've reached somewhat of a funny predicament here with the new era bonus. My people's happiness is never above 80%, and their homes are never above level 5 unless I have to evolve into another era. This one looks good too. As the first order of the Enlightenment era, I give you a coffee grinder to pursue your intellectual pursuits, and we'll begin research on sand mines too because it's coarse and rough and irritating and it gets everywhere. It's also worth quite a bit when turned into glass. Also, I believe we could use a dedicated place to buy and sell, kind of like a beating heart of our trade in our empire. So here's Mark Street, where we'll do just that. Additionally, Digby Inc. will now be expanding to this gold mountain because gold is our golden ticket to golden toilets. That's right, these are our gold mines. Let's just import some people from our main city and make some housing for them, taking a short break to set up Mark Street, and then setting up all the peripheral needs of our sub-colony like food and medicine. But let's not forget about the main goal of making me a lot of money. Somehow the 50 people we have just imported have up and vanished, so let's import 50 more to replace them from the main colony. Also, I just unlocked budget adjustments so we can increase the output of our mines by paying our people more. It even increases their job happiness, but don't worry, we will balance that out in a little bit. We have lots of money, which is good, but I wouldn't look at the event feed. Hey, don't look over there, look at me. Let's just cover that up. Don't worry, they're doing just fine. And we've we've already lost everyone at the sub-colony. How is this happening? I have way too much money to be worried about these issues. I'll take 110 people from the main colony again, and let's take a look at these mining adjustments. As promised, I get max money, but I'm also going to take all of their time, reducing the job happiness to an amazing 10%. But look at that efficiency. And that noise is getting on my nerves, so we'll be setting up 5 more buildings dedicated to importing meat so that people never run out of food. We'll also now be setting up more gemstone mines in the sub-colonies simply because we can. Also, I'll be importing all of our gold bars to the main base to be processed and sold on Mark Street. And it's time for more gold mines as well. I needed this gold yesterday. I'm going to create a smaller scale version of the Mark Street over here in the sub-colony. It'll import meat and medicine to reach the absolute bare minimum needs to keep our people swinging. I've been infusing lots more luxury items into Digby Inc. lately as well because we've reached another roadblock with getting to the industrial era. They want 80 level 6 homes, so we will now be buying back all the luxury items we sell because I forgot where I put those trading companies in our large empire. Also, we are shipping more people to the sub-colony to work in the mines. With the expansion into more gemstone mining, we need all the hands we can get. This helps the constant homeless crisis in our main colony as well, so it's a win-win. As our treasury began to rapidly lose money, I began to wonder about the true feasibility of communism. However, that's exactly when I discovered the Mint. The Mint is a building that takes gold bars, which we are currently exporting for $20 per bar, and then directly puts them into circulation, giving us $78 per gold bar instead. With this knowledge, I shut down the sale of gold bars to trading companies, made another dedicated street for gold minting, and placed down even more gold smelters at the sub-colony. I don't know how, but I even temporarily unlocked the 10x world speed option for a bit there. Let's get 100 more adults over here and send all the children away from the golden sub-colony. This is a workplace, not an amusement park. After upgrading all the mints and smelters to max level, the money started pouring in quick. We added even more gold smelters to the sub-colony, and our coin was at 800,000 before we even touched the industrial era. I began rapidly importing more luxury items using the newfound money, and for a second, with all the wealth disparity between level 8 and level 1 homes, we looked like a capitalist society. Boy, was that a good scare. Fortunately, we surrounded all the houses with trading posts on every side until they were trapped. They had no choice but to accept our mighty luxury gifts and upgrade to level 6. And with that, we had entered the industrial era. When choosing the era bonuses, I had been playing the game for a while, and I didn't really pay attention to the names or pictures on the cards. I found myself really liking the bonuses on the right one since no one in my society had any luxury goods and we hadn't really produced many ourselves. It was then brought to my attention that I had chosen communism without even realizing it. After getting to the industrial era, we got steelworking mills and buildings where we could mass produce iron. We even breached 1 million coin thanks to all the useless gems we sell and all the shiny rocks we have put into circulation within our now officially communist empire. Up here are the expenses and down here is the income, yet still we reached $1 million. A truly inspiring tale. At this point, we began making concrete and exporting steel because of the impressively high export value. Also, we had sent so many children away from the sub-colony that nearly a third of the population at the main colony were children. With 2.1 million coins in the bank by year 62 and every civilization on the map is my vassal, I had no clue how to trigger the windscreen, but standing with my communist empire under my feet, I knew in my heart that I had won the game. Also, my gold mines were completely depleted. If you enjoyed the video, check out one of these, and thanks to the developers for sending me a key. I had a very fun time making this video. As always, thanks for watching.